trained, is only 35 out of the expected 105 nurses turned up for duty at the 5 polyclinics and 1 hospital. The nurses had withdrawn their labor over delayed salary payments, but are still refusing to resume duty even after receiving their salaries. The action by the nurses is illegal, and the employer has been advised to commence disciplinary processes on the striking nurses. This is in line with the country's laws. As such, therefore, only those nurses reporting for duty will be paid while their conditions of service are being looked into. Meanwhile, and mindful of the hardships innocent patients are facing as a result of this illegal job action, Harare City Council has rationalized services to polyclinics as follows: Mavuku, Safara, Wadzana, Mfakose, Hatfield, and Glenview. The Beatrice Road Infectious Diseases Hospital is also attending to patients. Cabinet is concerned about doctors and pharmacies that are demanding payment for their services as well as for medicines in United States dollars. This practice is illegal and should be stopped forthwith. Those unwilling to comply with the laws of the country risk a withdrawal of their license. Under the Ministry of Health and Childcare Hospital Doctor, a total of 322 disciplinary cases have so far been heard, and the 286 doctors were found guilty and have been discharged. A further 93 doctors from central hospitals and 55 from provincial hospitals will have their disciplinary hearings concluded by the 15th November and 27th November 2019. Up to now, this week, a total of 75 doctors were therefore dismissed. Government is still committed to dialogue with the striking doctors, and a meeting has been scheduled for Thursday, 14th November 2019. Government is working flat out to ensure availability of resources in the health institutions, as well as improve the conditions of service for all health personnel. In particular, the provision of institutional accommodation is being pursued in order to alleviate the challenges that affect service delivery in the short, medium to long term. Government is also taking firm steps to ensure the engagement of nurses who have hitherto been unemployed and to expedite recruitment of personnel for training as health practitioners. That is for the striking doctor and nurses. The Cabinet also considered and approved the National Prosecuting Authority Amendment Bill 2019, which the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs presented. The proposed amendments are primarily aimed at improving the operations of the National Prosecuting Authority and revamping its governance structures. The amendments will thus pave way for the creation of the National Prosecuting Authority Board, headed by a chairperson appointed by His Excellency the President. The Prosecutors General shall be the Deputy Chair. The Deputy Chairperson shall be thus free to devote more time to the prosecution duties relating to his office. The Chairperson and the Deputy Chairperson shall be of different genders. The National Director of Prosecutions shall become the Deputy Prosecutor General, while a Secretary will be appointed to serve on that board. The other members of the board shall be a Commissioner of the Civil Service Commission, appointed by the Chairperson of the Civil Service Commission, and 5 members will be appointed by the President after consultation with the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. To ensure consistency in the country's laws, Section 7 of the Criminal Procedure and Evidence Act shall be amended in accordance with the amendments to the National Prosecuting Authority Act. Once enacted into a law, the National Prosecuting Authority Amendment Bill 2019 will make the authority more effective and efficient in carrying out its constitutional mandate as part of the reforms being undertaken by the Second Republic. Cabinet also received a report on the country's power supply situation. This was given by the Minister of Energy and Power Development, Honorable Chas. Cabinet remains seized with the current power outages that are adversely impacting on production across all sectors of the economy. Of major concern is the vandalism that is being perpetrated by unruly elements on electricity transmission and distribution infrastructure. Measures to curtail this trend, which is tantamount to sabotage, are being instituted. Investors are being invited to participate in the development of alternative technologies intended to minimize the acts of vandalism and theft of essential equipment. Cabinet further wishes to inform the nation that the fault which occurred around midnight on 11th November, that's yesterday, has since been attended to successfully, resulting in the restoration of expected power supplies early morning today. As the country's power generation capacity faces challenges, mainly as a result of the drought that has adversely affected the main hydroelectric power station at Kariba, power augmentation projects are being implemented countrywide. Country's power supplies. We also received a report on the Tokwe Mukosi National Programs and Projects. The Minister of Women Affairs, Communities, Small and Medium Enterprises Development briefed Cabinet on the projects and that government is approved for women under the Tokwe Mukosi Development Initiative. The ministry has managed to register a total of 241 fishery cooperatives as follows. In Chiwi District, 128 cooperatives. In Cherezi District, 20 cooperatives. In Masvingo District, 69 cooperatives. And in Menezi District, 16 cooperatives. Cabinet has further informed that a total of 45 women farmers have so far been assisted and referred to Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Water and Rural Settlement to enable them to apply for irrigation plots and commercial land at Tugimo Cross. It is expected that the empowerment of women will soon make a significant contribution to household national food security. And that brings us to the end of this.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Now it comes to the time we are going to give members of the media to pose any questions. Yes, please, your name and organization.
My name is
Yeah, can you?
Yes.
Your name and the institution again, so that they take over. Repeat the question.
Yes. Yes, Kay.
my question is how much more is going to and how much is going to cost?
Thank you very much. Yes, yeah.
My name is Rameda Muli. My question is direct to the Honorable Minister of Justice, with respect to NPA amendment. The Honorable Chair made reference to. The question is what are the anomalies that might have been observed that is so in the PG no longer sharing the NPA, and related to that, what are the essential elements of the bill, and still related to that, why removing the requirement in the appointment of the chair of PG, requirement of going through Parliament and making the appointment. Maybe that's why. Related to that is from the briefing, why conferring the powers of appointment? They seem to be, the president seems to have been conferred with the unilateral powers to make those that appointments. What was the justification?
Okay. Yes, please.
My name is Mjita Tenda and I'm a freelancer. My question is directed to the Honorable Minister of Health. In relation to the strike, there have been reports that the British government has facilitated, the relaxation of strict measures in terms of visas and, acceptance of acceptance of transfer for doctors. In light of that, what's our government position if these doctors go to Europe, employed by European countries? What measures have we facilitated to see that we can cover this gap?
Okay. Yes, please.
My name is Blessed. My question is directed to the Minister of Health. You indicated that around 280 something doctors have already been fired. And now it seems that you're also encouraging RCT Council to fire nurses who are striking because they were striking because council had failed to pay their salaries. What is the punishment to the employer for failing failing to pay salaries? And what is the punishment of the employer for failing to ensure that its workers have a paid livable wage? Because it seems that when the workers complain, we punish them. And also stated that government is committed to have dialogue. Who are you committed to have dialogue with? Those you have fired or those who are yet to be fired? I also understand that senior doctors have written to government and indicated that they are also going to be doing their services. The punitive action taken against junior doctors. The government worried about that.
Okay, that's the last the first session. We will go to the second session. Can we have the honorable ministers to share?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you for the good questions. The first question was from Kate Afamba, and I think the question was how much more research government. I don't know whether it's all the other things with the renewable energy. But all what I can say, I see Mr. Honorable Justice not yet to give the real details, but I think research you continuously. There is no limit to research. I think we are working on making sure that we get the best out of what we want. So as to how much, as you wanted to that detail, I don't have. As you can see, Minister. Jamaida Murgira, that's Herald. It's a lot of questions on the NPA amendment bill. It says, what did you see change that the PD should not overturn? And why also did you remove the requirement of Parliament? It says, it looks like it conferred unilateral powers to the President in making it.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My response to the question is, if you go to section 459 of the Constitution, subsection 10, speaks about the need to have an act of Parliament that must provide for the appointment of a board to employ persons to assist the prosecutor general. The key word there is to employ persons. So this board has a specific function, which is employment and administration. The Prosecutor General is a specialized person with a job to prosecute. So in terms of good governance, you would rather the Prosecutor General concentrate on the key function that is hired to do, that is prosecution, which entails that he has to exercise his mind along those lines. And the board will then assist him. So it's good governance to separate the chair of the board and the Prosecutor General, and so that the Prosecutor General is freed and he has time to do the prosecution work. And your other question was, why did we remove the requirement of going through Parliament? According to the current law, the Prosecutor General was not appointed through Parliament. It was through JSC, which is actually a very huge anomaly. The Prosecutor General is not part of the Judicial Service. In fact, he appears before the Judicial. And these are the ones that were motivating the appointment and disappointment of the Prosecutor General. That is what we are cleaning up in terms of the constitutional amendment, and not through the NPA bill. The NPA bill, what we are simply doing, we had several anomalies, like the appointment of the secretary to the board. The secretary to the board was the accounting officer, but he or she was reporting to the secretary, the permanent secretary to the Minister of Justice. Yet this is an independent commission, and there was an anomaly. And we also are cleaning it up to ensure that we have deputy prosecutor generals as opposed to having national director of prosecution. So this is to clean it up, ensure that the NPA operates efficiently as compared to the structure that is there currently.
Thank you very much, Minister Ziyandi. Just there's one person which I hate, Tafamba. Is Tafamba your last name or is yeah?
The last bit they were meant, I forgot, why conferring powers to appoint on the president. In fact, the president is appointing from a pool that he didn't choose. If you go through the bill, the Minister of Finance has got an input, Chairman of Public Service, the Minister of Justice. So there's from those, that's where the president is getting the chairman. And this is a critical board that we need the head of state to also ensure that we have a proper person being appointed chairman of the board.
I just wanted to answer the question which JK wanted to know. This, if in regards to this memorandum of understanding between the Republic of Zimbabwe and Life Academy, cooperation in the field, there is no payment. The government is not paying. Let me go on to the next question, which was from Jay Tatenda. This is directed to you, Minister of Health, in relation to what has come out that the government is relaxed the government's position on the gaps.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. We must take note that the British have always been advertising for us to recruit, people from overseas. It's a continuous process, So the industrial action, incapacitation, whatever you might call it, just merely coincides, with an ongoing practice of the British government. You find that they were concentrating on nurses at one time, on on another occasion. So I'd like to say the British recruitment exercise has got nothing to do with us. The British should be able to freely recruit as they see fit. We can never stop them. Just like if we also wanted to recruit, we can recruit as we see fit. So just privilege to each and every country to be able to recruit wherever they feel that they want to. And it is a very, very common issue in England. Everybody knows. So we will not be able to stop the British because it's their right to be able to recruit. Neither can they also stop us if we want to.
Minister, maybe you can proceed. The question came from Blessed Butang, who was talking about, who said, you indicated that is now you're encouraging people to also go to the general hearings. We went on to ask what is the punishment of employers who fail to pay time.
Yes, the laws, labor laws in Zimbabwe are standard, they arise from one act. So if you are an employee and you go against the law, you shall be treated in the same manner. And as previously indicated, there has to be a show cause in the first place. So like what happened with the doctors, there was a request for a show cause. And this went through the labor court, who then came up with a ruling that the strike industrial action was unlawful. Then moved to describe the various scenarios that had to be carried out. For instance, after 48 hours, the doctor was supposed to come back to work, and if they didn't come back to work, disciplinary action would be taken. So the same thing will happen. The seat of Harare has to be standard, and it's in all fairness, so that it's not government which is imposing. It is the courts which are imposing, rather than the two parties are government and the employee. And so the employer cannot meet punishment before they receive the correct instruction from the courts. So that is what is going to happen. And in the case of the city of Harare nurses, they were actually paid. Yes, they might have received their pay late, but they were paid in full. Their salaries were paid in full. So the employer, you wanted the employer to be punished. It's not that the employer should be punished, because the employer corrected the situation. But the nurses, even after being paid, they decided not to come back to work. You see, so they have to, we have to follow the law here. If they had come back to work after being paid, obviously that would make a lot of sense. But after being paid all their dues, they still decided that they would not come back to work, which now shows some ulterior motive. And therefore government has to go, the city has to go, to the courts, and seek the correct guidance. At this stage, the city medical department are seeking for the correct guidance, which they will get from the courts. And it has to be a standard outcome, so that no one will be able to complain. And then there was the other question.
Yes, sure.
Can I proceed?
You have them?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You can read it.
Yes, the other question was actually on the, we talked about government's commitment to dialogue. And the question was, who are you going to?
Yes, the issue of dialoguing never stopped. As a ministry, we've always been talking with the junior doctors, talking with the senior doctors. So that has been, there's no money. We even invited the personnel from the Ministry of Finance, who then explained to them in detail. And they were left, without any doubt that there was no money in government. And there isn't. And government tried its best, to raise the funding. The remuneration from 30% went to 60%, still complained, and it went to 100%. And I personally spent about 3-4 hours sitting with the people from finance, also trying to convince them, and we realized that there is no money. So what was done was the best that could be done by Treasury and government. Until we said, come back to work, and we'll discuss while we're at work and see whether we can be able to improve while you're at work. So the issue of incapacitation came in, but we have some doctors who are staying within the institutions in the vicinity of the hospitals. They still felt that they were incapacitated to walk to their place of employment. So it makes it very difficult. So we continue dialoguing, we continue making each other aware, we continue having exchanges in order to come up with solutions. That is the correct way. So we don't want to hear the statements that there is no dialogue. There is dialogue on a continuous basis. When someone has done something wrong, you are fired because you've done something wrong. That is the Health Services Board. That is their mandate. They have to do that. They have to follow that process. They are following the legal process as directed by the courts, and we cannot stop them from doing that. Otherwise, there would be no rule of law. We want to make sure that the rule of law prevails and everybody, there's no one who is above the law. Everyone has to sing to the law. So we are saying we shall continue talking with the doctors, and there is a meeting which is set. We want to be able to talk